What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be rebuilding the New Orleans Pelicans. To start off this season, the Pelicans have been off to a horrible start with only 7 wins and 29 losses, and they are the 15th seed. There's been a lot of injuries on this team, to Zion Williamson, to Brandon Ingram, DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum. There's been a whole lot of injuries for this team. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is blowing things up here and rebuilding around Zion Williamson. We're going to be trading away Brandon Ingram. The goal of this video will obviously be to win the Pelicans and Zion Williamson a championship. Before we get started, make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. You could always unsubscribe later if you don't enjoy this content. We're almost at 200 subscribers, on the road to 200 subscribers, so make sure to smash that subscribe button. Now, let's get right into the video. So what I'm planning on doing is trading away Brandon Ingram for a floor spacing big man, because Zion Williamson does not shoot the 3 ball, obviously, as we all know. So we're going to need a center that can space the floor and knock down 3-pointers. Yves Missi has been a good center for this team, but I think we're going to be using him as our backup center instead of being our starting center, because again, we need a floor spacing big man and he's not a good 3-point shooter. Yves Missi has been a really good rookie center for the New Orleans Pelicans, and we're going to be keeping him around for this video, but he'll probably be our backup center. And again, the reason is his 3-point shooting. We need a floor spacing big man besides Zion. Yves Missi, I believe, is projected to win the Rookie of the Year, which is really cool. The Pelicans got a steal on him, but let's start off with the trade number 1. Another thing I'm planning on doing this season is to tank and get ourselves a lottery pick. We do have our own pick this coming draft, so I'm going to continue to hopefully play bad and get ourselves a top 5 pick. That would be honestly amazing if we're able to do that. But let's start off with a Brandon Ingram trade. Miles Turner was just a player that I was thinking about to bring on our team to be our new starting center. He's an amazing defender and a really good 3-point shooter for a big man. So we're probably going to be pulling off this trade here where we send away Brandon Ingram for Miles Turner, and we also get ourselves Obi Toppin, who could be our 6th man. Another amazing player. I want to keep this first round pick out of the trade if we can, which hopefully we can. But we don't really have any second rounders, so we may just have to throw that trade in. Swap best with the Pelicans. I believe it was this trade. No, it was not. I believe it was the 2027 one. So let's see what they say. And they accept. And now we got ourselves a new starting center in Miles Turner. This is going to be our new rotation for this season. At the point guard position, we have DeJounte Murray. And then we have Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, and Miles Turner. Off the bench, we're going to have CJ McCollum, Obi Toppin, Yves Missi, and Jose Alvarado. CJ McCollum, I did push to the bench because I want Herb Jones starting as our starting shooting guard, and then Trey Murphy as our starting small forward. In my opinion, Trey Murphy has a lot of potential. He's averaging almost 21 points per game this season, which is amazing. He's a really good 3-point shooter, and I think he could be the future starting small forward for the Pelicans besides Zion Williamson. So this is how things are going to look. We'll probably be trading CJ McCollum this offseason, as well as maybe DeJounte Murray unless he starts to play better. But this is going to be our core for the first season, and I'll see y'all at the end of this season, where hopefully we play horrible and get ourselves a lottery pick. At the end of season number 1, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP, which is nice to see because it's always Luka Doncic winning MVP for the first few years, which is pretty cool to see a change for once. And our boy Missi wins Rookie of the Year. Let's go, averaging 8.5 points, 9 rebounds, 1.1 block on really good efficiency. He had an amazing season as our backup center. Russell Westbrook wins 6th Player of the Year. Victor Wembanyama wins Defensive Player of the Year. Cade Cunningham, Most Improved. Jokic wins Clutch Player. OKC Coach of the Year. And the Knicks win Executive of the Year. I highly doubt we're going to get any selections here, which we do not. Which is totally fine because we were tanking and it worked out perfectly. We were the second worst team in the whole league. We ended the season with 23 wins and 59 losses, which is exactly what we wanted. That way we could get a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. I did sub out a few of our players, that way we don't win as many games. I subbed out all our good players basically, like Zion Williamson, CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray were not playing for us past 27-30 games as you guys can see. But Trey Murphy III, I was playing because I want him to progress this offseason. He's still only 24 years old and he has a lot of potential. And he was averaging 20 points per game, which is a good sign for the future. Miles Turner, 14.5. Jordan Hawkins, who I subbed in, his efficiency wasn't the best as you guys can see, but there's something he did which was absolutely insane. Hitting 11 3-pointers in a single game and setting the record for most 3-pointers this season. I was not expecting that. He had 40 points and 11 made 3-pointers. And here's the rest of our team. Antonio Reeves I also subbed in. He was averaging 11 points, 11 from top and 10 from Herb. Messi with 8.5, and then the rest of the team. Let's see who's going to go on to win the championship this season. I believe it's probably going to be the OKC Thunder. And they were eliminated, so it's Luka Doncic versus the Indiana Pacers, Mavericks versus the Pacers in the NBA Finals, which is a pretty insane matchup. The Pacers do have Brandon Ingram, which I totally forgot about. No wonder they're playing so good. Clearly that trade helped out this team a ton. Their starting 5 is pretty insane looking. They also got themselves Jonas Valanciunas. Let's see what the Mavericks look like, the same team that they have at the moment. No changes done to the roster. Let's see who goes on to win, and it's the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic winning Finals MVP. Now I think we're going to have an amazing NBA draft. Let me overturn a few of these players, and then I'll see y'all at the NBA draft lottery. Alrighty, we're here for the draft lottery. Let's see if we're able to get the first overall pick. I think we should have the second best odds, and we do. So we have a 14% odds to get the first overall pick. That would be amazing if we're able to do just that. Let's see where we end up. And we stay at 2, which I'm totally fine with. We could have gone up 1, but I'm perfectly fine with 2 because that's worse than falling below number 2. So yeah, we're going to end up with the second overall pick. Either we're going to be getting Ace Bailey or Cooper Flag from what it looks like. I honestly would also want Dylan Harper because we do need a guard. We don't really need more wings at the moment. We already have Trey Murphy and Zion Williamson, so we don't really need a wing. I'm going to be seeing who we'll be picking with our second overall pick, and I'll see y'all at the NBA draft. I went ahead and got ourselves a new head coach in Will Hardy. Our head coach didn't really have good coaching badges, so we went ahead and got Will Hardy to be our new head coach for the future. Now let's jump into the NBA draft and see who we're going to be selecting. Let's see who's going to be going number 1. And it is going to be Cooper Flag. So the Charlotte Hornets select Cooper Flag. Let's see who we're going to be picking. We can get Dylan Harper, who's the highest overall player here. We can also get Ace Bailey, Igor Demin, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Casper. He's a point guard also. Let's see what his ceiling is. All NBA Tony Parker, Dylan Harper, Hall of Fame Michael Jordan. We may just have to settle for Dylan Harper. And Ace Bailey also has Michael Jordan potential, which is insane. This is going to be confusing. In my opinion, we need a new point guard. DeJounte Murray, I don't want him being the starting point guard for our future. Dylan Harper would be an amazing point guard to have on our team, but now I'm going to be deciding which point guard we'll be selecting with the second overall pick. So I'm going to be selecting Dylan Harper with the second overall pick. Ace Bailey I've already gotten in a bunch of videos in the past, so I don't want to keep continuing to get the same player over and over and over again. I've also got Demon in a video before, but I never got Dylan Harper before. So let's go ahead and pick Dylan Harper. He has a Michael Jordan Hall of Fame ceiling, which is insane. So that's going to be our 2025 NBA draft pick, Dylan Harper. I'm going to move his position to point guard. That way he's our starting point guard for the future. And then we'll be trading away DeJounte Murray and a few more of our players. I'm here at free agency and we need to bring back Miles Turner, and of course we're going to be re-signing him even though he wants a boatload of money. He wants $30 million annually, which is a lot. He wasn't playing the best basketball this past season, but still, because he's a floor spacing big man that we need besides Zion Williamson, we're going to have to pay him. So we could give him $25 million a year. A 4-year contract, in my opinion, is perfect. The rest of these players will probably let walk since we don't need them anyways. Brendan Boston Jr. is a 79 overall. We could have traded him for a pick this past season. I did not know he was that high of an overall. But Miles Turner does accept his contract, 4 years, $112 million. So I decided to match Brendan Boston Jr.'s contract. It was only $2.5 million. I believe that's a minimum. The reason I matched his contract is we're going to be trading him away for a pick. That way we get ourselves some draft capital. We don't need Brendan Boston Jr. anyways on our team, so might as well go ahead and trade him for a first round pick, which hopefully we can get. And I think we should be able to. He has a 2.5 star value. We could send him to the OKC Thunder or the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they want to pick from us, which I'm not doing. So we're going to send him away to the OKC Thunder for a really valuable pick, the Utah Jazz 2026 NBA draft pick. As I said, we're going to be trading away DeJounte Murray this offseason for a new point guard, and I think Darius Garland would be a perfect point guard to have on our team. He's an amazing playmaker, a really good three-point shooter, and offensive player. Let's see if the Cleveland Cavaliers will accept this trade for DeJounte Murray in a second round pick, and they do decline, but we could throw in another first round pick. Whoa, this pick is valued at 2.5 stars, so let's try and keep that pick out of the trade. What about our 2029 draft pick, unprotected, and they decline? What about our 28? And we cannot give that up. We have a lot of valuable picks, but I don't want to give them up. Let's see what they say to Jose Alvarado as well. They still decline. Okay. We still have Jordan Hawkins and Antonio Reeves, who probably won't be in our rotation, so let's throw Antonio Reeves in this trade. They do accept, and now we got ourselves a new starting point guard in Darius Garland. Dylan Harper will be the backup point guard for the first season. That's why we went ahead and got ourselves Darius Garland to be our new starting point guard. We're also going to be trading away CJ McCollum. He is 33 years old. He'll probably be regressing this offseason. And we could use a backup small forward. DeAndre Hunter would be perfect. He's a good defender and an amazing three-point shooter. But I also want to pick out of the Atlanta Hawks, and let's see if we can finesse them out of a first round pick. A 2028 first round pick to be exact. Or we send them CJ McCollum. Let's see what they say. They do decline. They want our first round pick, which I'm not fine with doing. So let's just do CJ McCollum for DeAndre Hunter. They should accept. Okay, so now they decline once again. They want this guy. I honestly don't know who he is. So let's go ahead and trade him for Vit. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Let's go ahead and pull this trade off. Now we got ourselves DeAndre Hunter, who could be a good presence off our bench. It's going to be an amazing 6-man for our team with Dylan Harper. And I think that may be it for trades. Here we are at the start of this season with our new rotation. Our starting five is going to be Darius Garland, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, Zion Williamson, and Miles Turner. And then off the bench, we're going to have DeAndre Hunter, Yves Missi, Obi Toppin, Dylan Harper, and Jordan Hawkins. We're going to be running a 10-man rotation. Jordan Hawkins is almost an 80 overall, so I decided to keep him in this rotation. So we'll be running a 10-man and see how things play out. In my opinion, we have a really good team built around Zion Williamson, so hopefully things work out here. We got a lot of shooters and a lot of defense on our team as well. Let's see how things go in Game 1 against the Utah Jazz, and it's a win where we put up 141 points. Trey Murphy putting up 27, 24 from Zion, 19 from Hunter. Dylan Harper in his debut had 13 points and 8 assists in only 17 minutes, which is a good sign hopefully. That's really good playmaking for a point guard. Before he was a shooting guard, and we moved his position over to point guard, where he did drop 1 in overall, I believe. So now I'll be seeing you guys either at the end of this season or at the trade deadline if there's any trades to be made. I'm going to be targeting a superstar to bring over to the Pelicans, and Jokic would be an amazing fit to have on our team. The reason I'm looking for a new star is Zion Williamson has been playing really good, but he's only averaging 21 points per game. We also need someone on our team that could average 30 points any given night, and Jokic would be that perfect fit. I'm going to try making this trade happen where we send away Miles Turner, 2 valuable first round picks, well 1 valuable first round pick, Obi Toppin, Jordan Hawkins for Jokic and Trey Alexander. Let's see what they say, and they do decline. I believe we still have another really valuable first round pick, which we do. Let's see what they're going to say now. That would be insane if we can get Jokic, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get him, sadly. But I still will be targeting a different star. Yeah, we can't get Jokic, but I'm going to go target a different star to bring on our team to pair up with Zion Williamson. So obviously, I would love to bring Wemby on this team. That would be an amazing duo of him and Zion Williamson, both first overall picks. That would be really fun to have on our team. So let's see if the Spurs would accept this trade where we give up Miles Turner, 2 really valuable first round picks for Wemby and Zach Collins. I highly doubt they'll accept, and they do not. So I'm going to try throwing in another player in this trade to see if we can get it done. I don't want to give up Misi because he will be our backup center. What about Obi Toppin? And we can't include him, sadly. DeAndre Hunter we can't include. So Jordan Hawkins we can, since he has a pretty small contract. Now let's see what they say for this trade here. They still decline, sadly. I really wanted Wemby on this team. That would be so fun to have Wemby paired up with Zion, but we may not be able to make this happen. I'm still going to continue trying. Let me see what else we can cook up here. I threw DeAndre Hunter in this trade. We also have to take on Keldon Johnson's contract. Let's see what they say, and they do decline. What I think I'm going to be doing right now is trading away a few of our lower overall players for first round picks, and then come back around and then see if they're down to pull off that trade if we include more first rounders. I acquired ourselves a few more picks, and now we're back talking to the Spurs. Let's see if now they'll accept this trade. So 1 first rounder, 2 first rounder, and then 3. Where's the third one? Right there. So it looks like for some reason we can't trade away our really valuable pick that we got. For some reason. Where did that pick go? I believe, or maybe that's in here and it's not as valuable as it once was. I remember it being 2.5 stars, but it's not 2.5 stars anymore. But let's see if they'll accept this trade here. 4 first round picks, Jordan Hawkins and Miles Turner for Wemby and Zach Collins. And they declined, sadly. So let's go ahead and try talking to the OKC Thunder once again for Chet Holmgren with all the picks that we have now. I think we have a better chance of getting Chet Holmgren than Wemby. Let's see what they say. 4 first round picks, Jordan Hawkins and Miles Turner for Chet Holmgren, and we also get Luke Dort, who's an amazing defender, and they still decline. The thing that sucks is we have to include Luke Dort to make the salaries match. Otherwise, the salaries just won't match. And he has a pretty high value, so we can't really take on a 1-star value player from this team. It looks like we may not be getting Chet either, but now I still have another big man in mind, and that is Karl Anthony Towns. Amazing offensive player, could help us win a championship in my opinion, could drop 30 points any given night. So we're going to try to trade for Karl Anthony Towns now that we couldn't get Chet or Wemby. So for the salaries to match, we're going to have to give up Miles Turner and DeAndre Hunter. I really wanted to keep Hunter on our team. He's been an amazing 6-man for us, averaging 13 points, shooting amazing from the 3-point line. But we're going to have to include him in this trade to make things work. So let's see what the New York Knicks say for this trade, and they do decline, which I expected as much, but now we could use our first round pick. So they are still declining. And now they give us a counter offer. They want to give us Luke Cornett, for Yuki Kamaru. I don't know how to say his last name, but for Yuki. And of course, we're going to be accepting this trade, and we get ourselves Karl Anthony Towns to be our new starting center. Here is our new rotation. We have Darius Garland, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, Zion Williamson, and Karl Anthony Towns. And then off our bench, we're going to have Obi Toppin, Dylan Harper, Yves Missi, and Jordan Hawkins. We're going to be running a 9-man rotation now, and let's see how things play out. I'll be simulating until the end of this season or the trade deadline if there's any trades to be made. I'm really excited to see how the addition of Karl Anthony Towns plays out on this team. He's the highest overall player that we have, and I think this is going to be a phenomenal season. I'm stopped here at the trade deadline, and we're going to have to make some trades to upgrade our starting lineup. I'll show you guys the reason why. So we have the best offense in the whole league, as you guys can see, almost averaging to 125 points per game. But our defense is the second worst defense in the entire league, allowing 120 points per game, which is insane. So we're going to have to make some moves to our roster. Trey Murphy III may go. He's an amazing offensive player, but his defense is not really there. So we may be trading Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. Herb Jones is a really good defender, but when you go here and check the estimated win-loss he's been putting up, he's the only player in our lineup who's negative, as you guys can see. Minus 0.6 wins added for Herb Jones, which is kind of insane because he's a really good defender and he's been playing good offensively. So this doesn't really make sense, but we are going to have to trade him to upgrade our roster. I'll show y'all which trades we'll be pulling off here shortly. As I said, we're going to be trading Herb Jones, and the Boston Celtics are down to send us Derek White and Derek Jones Jr. for Obi Toppin and Herb Jones, and we're most definitely going to be pulling this trade off for Derek White to be our new starting shooting guard. Amazing defender and an amazing three-point shooter, but we're not done there. I'm also going to be trading away Trey Murphy. It sucks because he was playing really good offense, but he's not really a good defender. So we're going to have to trade him in order to make our team better. And we're also going to include Jordan Hawkins in this trade for Jaden McDaniels, who's shooting 43% from the three-point line this season, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who could be a backup small forward / shooting guard. He's an amazing player and an amazing defender. So we're going to go ahead and try pulling off this trade here. Let's see what they say. Well, I kind of want a first round pick from them as well, to be honest, since we are giving them more than we're getting back. Let's see what they say, and they do decline. Do we have any second rounders we can throw in here? And they still decline, so they don't want to give us a first round pick for some reason. What about their future 2030? And they can't do that. What about the Magic top 3 protected? Let's see what they say. They still decline. So, okay, there we go. We got ourselves a first round pick, Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And this is going to be our new rotation. We have Darius Garland, Derek White, Jaden McDaniels, Zion Williamson, Karl Anthony Towns, and then off the bench, we're going to have Misi, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Derek Jones Jr., and Dylan Harper. In my opinion, our defense got a lot better by getting Jaden McDaniels and Derek White, and then also by getting Derek Jones Jr. and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. These two are also really good defenders that now we'll have off our bench. So I'll be simulating until the end of this season, where hopefully we could win a championship. At the end of this season, Luka Doncic wins MVP, Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year, Josh Giddey 6th player, Wemby wins Depoy, Scoot Henderson wins Most Improved, Devin Booker Clutch player, Jason Kidd Coach, and Executive also goes to the Dallas Mavericks. Let's see if we get any All-NBA selections, and we do get Zion Williamson on All-NBA 3rd team, but no Karl Anthony Towns. What about All-Defensive team? And we do not get anyone here either, which is totally fine. We were the 4th seed, and in round number 1, we'll be taking on the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, Murray, they have the same exact starting 5. But let me show you guys our player minutes before we get into the playoffs. So Zion Williamson led the way with 22 points per game, 21 from Karl Anthony Towns, 19 from Garland, as well as 9.5 assists, 12.5 from Derek White, 10 from Dylan Harper, 9.5. Oh, well, Cameron Payne didn't play for us, not even a single game, so we won't count him. 9 from Jaden McDaniels, 8 from Derek Jones Jr., Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 7.5, and Yves Misi with 6. And now let me fix up our player minutes, and then we'll see if we can defeat the Denver Nuggets. I fixed up our player minutes. Let's see if we can defeat the Nuggets. Game 1 is a loss for us. Karl Anthony Towns had 28 points, Zion with a double-double, but we still fell short, and we let them score 128 points. For some reason, our defense is really bad. The New Orleans Pelicans might just be the hardest team I've ever rebuilt. The Boston Celtics I thought were really hard, but the Pelicans are even harder to rebuild than the Celtics. Game 2 is also a loss, see what I mean? And this time we gave up 153 points, which doesn't really make sense because we have a lot of good defensive players on our team. But like I said, the Pelicans are just a really hard team to build. Jokic had 52, and if we go down 3-0, it's basically over, but we do win this game. Garland with 27, Williams, Zion with 27, Cat with 24. Let's see if we can tie up the series, and we do. Let's go. Garland with 36 points, 11 assists. He's our best playmaker, averaging 10 assists per game. Zion is averaging a double-double. Cat is not averaging a double-double, but almost 30 points per game. Hopefully we can go up 3-2, and we do just that. Zion with 22 assists from Garland. Oh my god. That's insane. 22 assists and only 2 turnovers. Let's go. Hopefully we can beat them here in 6, and we do. So we are going to be advancing to the next round. Derek White had 30 points that game. Zion with 28. Cat with 21. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is playing so good, shooting 70, 70, 80. Garland's averaging a double-double. How's Dylan Harper playing? He's playing good. He's shooting good from the three-point line. His field goal percentage has dropped. Hopefully next season he could progress a lot. That way he could be our starting point guard. That's what I'm hoping, at least. And now we got ourselves the toughest team to battle, the Dallas Mavericks, who have Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Najee Marshall, as well as PJ and Derek Lively. Let's see how things go here. Game 1 is a win for us. Let's go. I thought that was a loss for us, but clearly we won. Karl Anthony Towns with 47 points, 15 boards. Zion with 28. Let's see how things go here. We do lose game 2. Luka had a triple-double on us. Zion with 25. Garland with 24. And Cat with a double-double. And we should put a good defender on Luka, which I'm going to do. I think we're going to put Derek White on Luka. I think he should be able to slow him down a tiny bit, and then we'll put Garland on Kyrie. What I ended up doing instead is putting Jaden McDaniels on Luka Doncic, because Jaden McDaniels could most definitely lock up guards. He's been doing that for quite a while now. And then I put Derek White on Kyrie. Let's see if that's going to help us get a win here. We do lose game 3. How was our defense? It was alright. Where's Kyrie? Oh, he's right here. So Kyrie fouled out, so did Luka, but they still won somehow. Hopefully we can tie up the series here, and we do not. They're up 3-1 on us just like that, and our defense cannot slow this duo down for some reason. White had 22, Garland had 20, Zion only had 19. Zion is not playing how the number 1 option on a team should be playing. He's averaging 22 points per game. We need him averaging like 30 points per game, and his shot tendency is all the way up, so I don't know why that's the case. Let's higher his touch as well and see if that's going to help here. Let's jump into Simcast. I highly doubt we're going to be coming down from this 3-1 lead that they have on us, but you never know. It's possible. And so far they do have the lead, and it looks like they're going to be defeating us here and eliminating us. Cat had 25, 23 from Derek White, 20 from Garland, and Zion. I honestly might just trade Zion if we don't play good this coming season. I don't know, I think we could get a better star for our team than Zion. Maybe we should have traded him to begin with, but it is what it is. We fall short here. Wemby, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Hallie on the other side. And Wemby goes on to win his first championship, averaging 30 points per game, winning Finals MVP. I'm going to overturn a few of these retirements, and then I'll see y'all at free agency. I'm going to be trading away Zion Williamson for Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes will be our new number 1 option. The Pelicans will be his team. Zion Williamson, he's a really hard player to build a team around in 2K. He's not a good defender. He's only a good offensive player, and even that, he hasn't been doing good so far. So we're going to be trading away him and Derrick Jones Jr. for Scottie Barnes and Jacoby Walter. Scottie Barnes will be the new number 1 option for the Pelicans. I'm also going to be trading away Derek White for Devin Vassell. We're going to be pulling off a bunch of trades, so be ready. This is trade number 2, Derek White for Devin Vassell to be our new starting shooting guard, and we also get ourselves a first round pick from the Atlanta Hawks. We're trading away Jacoby Walter for 2 first round picks from the Houston Rockets, and then that'll be it for trades this off season. So I'll see y'all at the start of this coming season. Here we are at the start of this season with our new rotation. We have Darius Garland, Devin Vassell, Jaden McDaniels, Scotty Barnes, and Karl Anthony Towns. And then off the bench, we're going to have Dylan Harper, who progressed to an 85 overall, which is amazing to see. And having an 85 overall be your 6th man is insane. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be hooping next level. He's going to be an amazing 6th player for our team. And I think we're championship contenders this season. We built a really good team here, so hopefully we can go and win ourselves a championship. We also have Misi coming off the bench, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Caldwell Pope, who we signed in free agency, who will be getting only 12 minutes a game, but he's a 3-and-D player, and that those 12 minutes will hopefully be really valuable minutes. And now we're going to get to simulating. I'll be simulating until the end of this season, but if there's trades to be made, of course, I'll stop at the trade deadline. With Zion being traded, I'm going to be raising Scotty Barnes' shot tendency all the way up to a 99. That way he takes the most amount of shots on our team, and that means he's going to be our new #1 option. We could trade away Darius Garland for Jalen Brunson, and we're most definitely going to be pulling off this trade here for Jalen Brunson to be our new starting point guard. All we have to give up is Darius Garland and a first round pick, and we get ourselves one of the best point guards in the league. Obviously, we're not passing up on this offer. We're going to go ahead and pull this trade off. Now we got ourselves a new rotation, a new starting point guard who's averaging 26 points per game. That is going to make us a lot better. The reason I decided to pull off that trade, as you guys can see, we're not really playing much better than the previous season. So I decided why not make a move, and hopefully that move makes us a lot better. And Jalen Brunson, I think, should make us a lot better. I'm also going to be moving on from Karl Anthony Towns. We tried the experiment of getting him on our team, putting him beside Zion Williamson as a floor spacing big man. Clearly it didn't work out, so we're going to be trading him for a different center in Jalen Duren. He's averaging 16 points per game, he's an amazing rebounder and a good defender, so I think he could help us out a ton being our new center. We would have to send away Karl Anthony Towns, and in return we get ourselves Jalen Duren and Jeremy Robinson Earl. Let's see what they say, and they should accept, but they do decline. We could throw in a pick. It's insane that we have to attach a pick with Karl Anthony Towns to get him off our team, but it is what it is. If we have to, I will. Why not? Let's see what they say now, and they still decline. Let's throw in a second rounder. And for some reason, this team is not budging. But now they accept. That's insane. We had to give up 2 first rounders with Karl Anthony Towns just to get Jalen Duren, a player who's an 86 overall compared to a 92 overall. But in my opinion, that trade helped out our team a ton. Jalen Duren's a better defender than Karl Anthony Towns, and a better rebounder in 2K at least. So now, I don't know if we're going to be making any more moves. I'm going to look around and see if there's any players that we could target. If not, we'll run with this core and see if we're championship contenders or not. Here we are at the end of this season where Luka Doncic wins MVP, AJ Devonsta wins Rookie of the Year averaging 23 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. He ended up with the Lakers as the first overall pick, so LeBron James retired and they went ahead and drafted a new generational talent in AJ Devonsta, which is really cool to see. Josh Giddey 6th player, Wemby Depoy. Kadeen wins most improved. For some reason, Kadeen's efficiency is always horrible in 2K. I got him in my last video and he was just horrible that I had to trade him away. His efficiency is always bad, I don't know why. But Devin Booker wins Clutch Player, Jason Kidd Coach, and we win Executive of the Year. And we get Scotty Barnes on All-NBA First Team. That's insane. I was not expecting that, but let's go. He's on All-NBA First Team. And that's all we get for All-NBA selections. And we don't get anyone on All-Defensive Team. Herb Jones is here. Now he's with the Boston Celtics. And he's playing really good for the Boston Celtics. But for us, for some reason, he was in negative. estimated wins losses. And we were the 4th seed once again. I believe we were also the 4th seed last season or the season before. After acquiring Jalen Brunson, we played a lot better. We were on a winning streak. In the past month, I believe we lost only 1 game, which is insane. So Jalen Brunson led the way with 25.5 points per game. Right behind him was Scottie Barnes with 23 points per game. And then we had Jalen Duren averaging 15 and 13 rebounds. He was absolutely amazing for us. A double-double machine. And then we have Dylan Harper coming off the bench as our 6th man for 13.5 points per game, as well as amazing playmaking, 13.5 from Devin Vassell shooting 40% from the 3-point line, 12 from Jaden McDaniels. His efficiency has gotten a lot better as of late, as you guys can see. He's shooting 48% and 38 from the 3-point line. He's almost playing how he did in the 22-23 season. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Misi, and Caldwell Pope. I started playing Precious Achiuwa for the last 23 games, as you guys can see, because of his defense and rebounding. And in round 1, we got ourselves the OKC Thunder, who hopefully we can defeat. I'm going to fix up our player minutes and then we'll jump right into the playoffs. The player minutes have been fixed. Let's see if we can defeat Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the OKC Thunder. Game 1 is a loss. SGA had 29 points, Chet had 28. Scottie on our team had 44 points, but sadly we weren't able to beat them. He made 10 3-pointers. That's a career high for Scottie Barnes, I'm pretty sure. And that is insane. 10 made 3-pointers from Scottie Barnes. Game 2 is a win for us. Scottie with 33 points, 11 boards, Brunson with 27 and 12 assists. He's averaging a double-double so far. Game 3 is also a win. Let's go. McDaniels this time leading the way with 23 points. Let's go. Scottie with 21, 18 from Harper, Brunson with 14, who fouled out in 30 minutes. Can we go up 3-1? And we do not. Shai has 29 point double-double on us. Scottie had 30 points, 19 from Brunson, 15 from Vassell. How's Vassell playing? He's struggling from the 3-point line, but he's playing good all around. Duren is playing really good too, averaging a double-double. Oh god, McDaniels is starting to struggle now, shooting 28% from the 3-point line. Hopefully he can pick it up a notch, otherwise we could sub him out for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Let's see what happens here. We are up 3-2. Let's go. Scottie with 37 points, 9 boards, and 12 assists. Scottie's leading the way offensively for our team. Vassell with 30 points, 26 from McDaniels. That's what I'm talking about. Brunson with 20 points. He's more playing the role of a playmaker right now. He's only averaging 19 points per game. But we also need him to turn it up a notch offensively. Let's see if we can beat them here. And it's going to a game 7, and I think this is where I should come up with a coach game plan. Perhaps we should have done that earlier. I should have put Devin Vassell on Shai, but I had Jalen Brunson guarding him. But we're going to switch a few things up here. I'm going to come up with a defensive coach game plan, and then we'll jump into game 7. Alright, the defensive coach game plan has been set. Let's see if that's going to work out in our favor. We'll jump into Simcast here. We do have home court advantage. So far, it's a back and forth battle. We do have the lead by a little bit, but hopefully we can run away with it. And it looks like we are going to be winning by 4 points. They almost came back there in the end of that game, but luckily we defeat the Thunder in game 7, with Brunson putting up 33 points, a triple-double from Scottie, 19 from Vassell, 17 from Duren, and 14 from Harper. Let's go. And now we're going on to verse the Dallas Mavericks, another dangerous team. Luka, Kyrie, Isaac Okoro, PJ, and Derek Lively. Let's see how things go here. Game 1 is a win for us. Let's go. Brunson drops 37 points on his former team and teammates. Hopefully we can go up 2-0, and we do not go up 2-0. Doncic had 43 points for us. I think I'm going to have someone else guard him because Brunson's way too small to be guarding Luka. I'm going to have either Scottie on him or Devin Vassell. Or Jaden McDaniels would be pretty nice as well. So let me come up with a defensive coach game plan. So I came up with a defensive coach game plan. I decided to put Jaden McDaniels on Luka for now. Let's see if that's going to work out. Game 3 is a win for us. Scotty with 29 points, 10 boards, 21 from Jalen Duren, as well as 12 boards. Brunson with only 19 points. For some reason, he's not shooting the ball as much as I would like, but he's still playing amazing. He's just averaging 25 points per game. Let's see how our defense was on Luka. So Jaden McDaniels made him turn the ball over 5 times, which is really nice to see. Hopefully he can continue that, but they do tie up the series here. Brunson had 23, 18 from Duren. Luka had a 37-point triple-double. Hopefully they don't go up 3-2. Thank God we win that game. Scotty with 42. Brunson with a 31-point double-double. McDaniels with 16. How was our defense on Luka? It was good, but I mean, he was still amazing. He had a triple-double. Kyrie was good, but luckily we played better. Hopefully we can beat them here in 6, and we don't. And of course, it's going to a game 7. And Cal Alexander-Walker was our leading scorer. I don't know what we were expecting, having him shoot more shots than Brunson, which makes no sense. Brunson should be attempting 20-30 shots a game if I could decide that, but I can't. I have his shot tendency all the way up to a 99, but he's not shooting as many shots as I would like for him to shoot. Game 7 versus the Dallas Mavericks. They do have home court advantage, but let's see how things play out here. And so far we do have the lead, but hopefully we can keep that. They are pushing back. We're up by 11, 7 minutes remaining, and there we go. We're starting to run away with it, and it looks like we're going to be advancing the next round. Jalen Brunson with 26 points, 24 from Scotty, 18 from Jaden McDaniels, 14 points and 19 boards from Jalen Duren. Let's see how our defense was. Luka still played really good. Kyrie kind of struggled, but luckily we were able to get ourselves a win. Now we're in the conference finals, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant, Zach Edey, who's up to an 87 overall, and they have a 90 overall 6-man in De'Aaron Fox. That makes no sense why they have him coming off the bench. It obviously makes sense, but I mean, why would you get an 890 overall player if you're going to put him on your bench? That's what makes no sense. But hopefully we can defeat the Grizzlies. Let's see. Game 1 is a loss. They were a playing team, the 8th seed. That was a loss for us in Game 1. Hopefully we can push back here in Game 2, and we do. Scotty with 36, 29 from Vassell, 28 from Jalen Duren. Let's go. Brunson with 21. Game 3 is also a win. That's what I'm talking about. Duren with another 20-piece double-double. Dylan Harper with 19. Brunson with only 12 points. And Scotty with only 6 points, but he still had 10 boards and 10 assists. Game 4 is also a win. Gigi Jackson is their leading scorer, and oh, holy, he's averaging 26 points per game. Scotty with 28, 14 boards, 25 from Brunson, 23 from Vassell. And is this going to be a gentleman sweep? It is. Let's go. Vassell with 23, 20 from McDaniels. He's been playing good. I mean, he's kind of struggling, but his defense is amazing. Struggling offensively. Brunson with 19 points. Scotty with 18, and now we're either going to be taking on the Cavs or the Pistons. The Pistons are a really good team in 2K simulation, but it is going to be the Cavaliers. And Scotty Barnes wins Western Conference Finals MVP, Evan Mobley, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and let's see how things go. Game number 1 is a win for us. Let's go. Brunson with 40 points, 27 from Scotty, a double-double from Harper. Game 2 is also a win. Brunson with 34. That's what I'm talking about. Scotty with 28, 18 from Vassell. Game 3 is also... Okay, we're up 3-0 just like that against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Scotty with 26 points. Duren with the 21-point double-double. He's been an amazing center for us. Amazing. 17 from Brunson. Is this going to be a sweep? And it's going to be a sweep. There you have it. The New Orleans Pelicans are your NBA champions. The 2027 NBA champions. With Scotty Barnes winning Finals MVP, averaging 27 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal and a half, and almost 2 blocks, shooting almost 50, 35, 70. It was really good. offensively and defensively. Let me show you guys the player stats here for this playoff run that we just had. So Scotty Barnes led our team in scoring with 26 points per game. Right behind him was Brunson, 24.5 points. Then we had Vassell with 16. Duran with a 14-point double-double. 13.5 from Dylan Harper, 12 from Jaden McDaniels, and then the rest of the team. Now let me show you guys the stats for the NBA Finals. So Scotty Barnes led the way with 27 points per game. Right behind him was Jalen Brunson, almost with 27 points per game. And then we have Devin Vassell with 20 points per game, 19.5 to be exact. Dylan Harper with 14, 13 from Jalen Duran, as well as 12 rebounds, shooting almost 70% from the field, which is insane. Jaden McDaniels with 11 points, 9 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and then the rest of the team. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and comment down below what rebuild you guys would like to see next. And click here on the screen to watch my latest video. I know you guys will enjoy this video if you guys enjoyed the one you guys are currently watching. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.